Just gonna hop into it and just go as fast as we can here because I am melting. Anyway, okay, so hello, and welcome to Moon Magic. Welcome home to your divine feminine manifesting power. This is super exciting, and it's I feel it could go either way as far as feminine, because there's a lot of masculine and a lot of masculine energy that is needed for manifesting your desires. It takes both of these things to really manifest and create the space in which you bring those things into your life. So I probably should rewrite that, but it definitely is feminine in the aspect of working with the moon and the energies of the moon, how it waxes and wanes and moves through these different phases, just as we do as humans, but especially as women, or women presenting, or uterus holding people. There is a rhythm that goes along with the moon and with the magic of the moon. And you'll see in just a minute here. So let's go ahead and hop on in. And so here is the introduction. I'm going to close out my thing here so you can see my stuff. Okay, so hello and welcome to Moon Magic. My name is Aaliyah Quiles, and I am a Reiki master, meditation teacher, a breath coach, and I'm just a soul explorer. I love soul alchemy, and I love anything energy that really helps you to change your life to the for the better. And when we heal ourselves, we heal not only ourselves, but we heal those around us. We heal our family. We heal our generations, and we can live in alignment to who we are. And when we are living in alignment to who we are, we bring more of the things that we want into our life. And when you do this using the moon and the phases of the moon, it helps you bring a practicality to your practice. You can see it in the sky. You can be a part of it. It brings a whole new meaning and enhances your manifesting capabilities. So the moon in history, we know, hello, the moon has been up in the sky for millions of years, right? And as humans, it's like this beacon of hope, because we have this big burning ball of sunshine during the day, and then we have this beautiful, serene, and calming energy, and this big ball, the moon, in the sky at night. And they both play a significance, right? When the moon is full, you can see so much more in the night. And that's why, like, during full moons, people, you hear about all these full moon circles and all these different things, which we'll get into in just a minute. But when there was more light at night, hunters and gatherers could continue doing their work well into the night and celebrate that. So the moon has been with us. It's been through, there's so many goddesses, gods, legends. I mean, just so many different things associated with the power of the moon. And you just can't help but look at the moon at night and be, and just filled with wonder, right? Especially when it's a super full moon and it's huge on the horizon. People whip out their phones, their telescopes to take pictures of it, because it's such a beautiful, it's such a beautiful thing to be a part of. And it's mesmerizing. It's magic, right? So there's so many different associated goddesses and gods of the moon. A couple of them are Selene, Luna, Artemis, and Hecate, the Isis, and Thoth. And there's so many more. Even the moon goddess Changa, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And she was a goddess who was brought to the moon to save her lover. And she drank too much of a potion, and then she was cursed to live there with rabbits for a really long time. So it's a really cool story. They actually have it on Netflix if you want to check it out. But there's so many different associated, energies and power and wisdom and knowledge that comes along with the moon. And so how it works is when you're working with the energies of the moon and the different phases, it's the way it works in the way of manifestation. So if you're if you're anything at all familiar with the law of attraction, you'll know that there's different steps to take, right? You have to embody what you're trying to bring into your life, right? You have to live it, to be it. You have to take action, aligned action, in order to, receive it. You have to surrender. You have to do all these different things in order to be in alignment to manifest the things into your life. And when you use the moon in the different phases, it makes it so much easier to follow along with it, along in your journey and along with the lunar cycle. And it just makes it such a fun experience. So there are 4 main phases. Usually we only ever hear about the full moon and the new moon, and there's 8 phases. There's 8 phases of the moon, and there's actually even more than that depending on where we are in the growth. But there's 4 main phases. So we have the waxing phase, which means the moon is growing in light every single day. It's growing in light, okay? Waxing. And then we come to the full moon, where it's big, full, and bright, and there's no darkness except for those, those craters there. And then we have the waning moon, where after the full moon, it starts to wane back down, and the light goes down and down and down until we're in the new moon. So a full lunar cycle is 29 and a half days. A full lunar cycle. Each lunar cycle starts with the new moon. And so as you can see, it's kind of like, it's very much correlated, and there's a lot of mythology around it, the moon being, representative of the feminine, or, women, or, people who have, uterus carrying, because it's very similar to the menstrual cycle. It's 28 days. And so there was a very big correlation between those two. And that's when the new moon correlates with your menstrual cycle and the day of your moon flow. And that's where the whole cycle starts again. There are 4 minor phases. So we have the waxing. Okay, so in the waxing phase, we have the crescent, where it's this, this tiny little sliver, and then it grows and grows and grows until we get to the waxing gibbous. Okay, and that's when it's like almost full. It's like it's almost there, right? And then we get to the first quarter moon, where it's in half. So it's grown in half. And then we have the waning gibbous after the full moon, and then it descends into the crescent. And then we have the third quarter, and it would actually be waning gibbous, third quarter, then waning crescent, because we're going down in light. So I hope that makes sense. So what's the significance of the new moon? Let's talk about that for a minute. You may or may not already know, but let's go ahead and revisit it anyway. The new moon is perfect, and it carries the energy of manifestation. Okay, you can see it here in the picture. This is, this is the waning crescent, depending on where you live. So this is the waning crescent in the Northern Hemisphere. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, the waning crescent would be on the right-hand side. So if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you'll always remember waning and waxing by If the moonlight is on the right hand, if you put your hand up into the sky and you make a C with your right hand, that's waxing. And if the light's growing on that side, and then if the light is dwindling onto the left side, when you make a C with your left hand, that's waning. For people who live in the southern hemisphere, it will be opposite. So the new moon is perfect for manifesting. It is perfect for this beautiful cosmic reset button. It's the point in time where we just want to reset everything, make everything new, you know, and really start over. It's the fresh start. It's the new beginning. So anything that you want to do, you know, setting new goals, setting new intentions, really, you know, wanting to manifest your desires, this is the moon to do it. So set those intentions with the new moon. Now, the waxing moon comes after the new moon, okay? And the waxing moon is amazing for amplifying the things you want to bring into this world, okay? It is all about growth and positive transformation. It's about that momentum and that movement forward. So it's best for rituals that attract things. So if you're really heavy into, like, you know, witchcraft, or, you know, the craft, magic in that form and in that sense, this is the perfect time to do it. And actually, we are in the waxing moon, or we're in the waning moon, sorry. So at this time, you know, the next part of the cycle, after we go through the new moon and into the waxing moon's my favorite time. This would be the time to do those rituals. Okay, so now we have the full moon, which is, like, you know, highly popularized, and pretty much everybody knows, you know, what to do with the full moon. If you don't, that's totally fine. But, you know, it's a big conversation and everything. So what do you really do with the full moon? So the full moon is all about recharging this, you know, using this time for spiritual development, clearing out old energy, clearing out the energy of the body, really paying gratitude and wish fulfillment, wishing upon the moon, just like, you know, when we were kids and we looked up at the sky and we made wishes on stars. Excuse me, it's the same thing with the moon, the full moon. This is the perfect time to, you know, to really, because you're at the height, right? You're at the height of your manifestation. This is the time where it's like you push through and you push forward, and this is where you just release it all. You release it all to the universe and just allow the universe to take care of you. So after the height of the full moon, we come into the waning moon. So you can see the lights on the left side. If you're in the northern hemisphere, this is the waning moon. So yes. So I was thinking, so, you know, in the southern hemisphere, this is waxing. So when you are in the waning moon, which we are right now, because we just had the full moon on the 24th, right? So we're in the waning moon right now. So this is the perfect time. You can probably already feel it. You know, you've gone through this big height, and now you're coming down from it. And this is the perfect time for, you know, quiet inner creativity. It's really the time to just go inward. It's the time for intuition, divination, working, you know, with your spirit guides, channeling messages, shadow work, cleaning out that stale energy. This is the time for change and transformation and breaking those bad habits and just cutting loose the things that just no longer serve you. This is the time to be doing that. Okay, so meditating with the moon. Meditating with the moon is freaking amazing if you can do it in a place that allows you to do it. I have a lot of trees in my area, and so it's hard to find the moon in the sky, but you can still do it. You can still do it if you can't see the moon, if you can't get outside safely, and all you need is a window. And if you can see the moon through the window, awesome. If not, that's totally fine. You can envision the moon in your own mind. So Meditating with the moon can be enhanced by creating a moon altar. So, an altar specifically for the moon. And so you're setting that intention, you're setting up that sacred space to really, lean forward and set those intentions and really work with the moon to manifest your desires. So go ahead and meditate under the moon or by a window. And you'd want to do this by really just envisioning the moon or looking at the moon and just imagining this beautiful wave of the energy and the light just coming into you and cleansing you, and you giving back to the moon, and then the moon giving back to you, and you giving to the moon, and just allowing this this cycle and this cleansing and this charging to happen. And I mean, you can meditate any way that you want to with the moon, however feels good to you, however you like to do your meditative practice, what feels right for you intuitively. And then the best part is to journal your experience afterwards, because then you make those connections, those realizations, that reflection upon what you just learned about yourself as you went deeper, meditating with the energy of the moon. Okay, so here are some moon rituals to do for the new moon and the full moon. Excuse me. So with the new moon, you want to take a rejuvenating bath. Again, this is like the cosmic reset. So it's like being reborn. Okay. Having this rejuvenating bath is going to just clean the slate, and you're going to feel so much, better, so much more in alignment with the goals and the intentions that you set. Doing Reiki is absolutely amazing for these phases of the moon. Divination, obviously, the new moon is perfect for this. So using your tools, using your divination tools, your cards, your whatever it may be, perfect time for this. Doing spell work with the new moon is going to be so potent, so potent, because again, the new moon is all about new beginnings. So the spell work is going to have this really, because with spell work, you're always setting an intention, right? And so this is where it's going to be heightened. It's going to be enhanced. Okay. And so obviously setting your intention. So however you want to set your intentions, if you want to do channeled writing, if you want to do poetry, if you want to do incantations, if you want to do, whatever it is, this is the moon to do it with. Now, with the full moon, this is again about purging, about letting go, about release, about surrender, about waning, about, coming into that release to the universe so that the universe can respond to your intentions and your desires. So using the full moon, you want to charge your crystals and your divination tools. I think it's really cool because you can actually charge anything under the full moon. You can do cards, you can do your crystals, you can do your pendulum, you can do your painting supplies, you can do your canvas if you're a painter, you can do your journals, you can do anything, a magic wand, whatever you have, you can charge it under the full moon. This is probably the thing that you hear about the most, which is release and burn. So you write out the things that you're ready to release, and then you use the symbology of burning it, that you have released it and surrendered to the divine wisdom of the universe. Meditation, obviously meditation all the time, but meditation with a full moon is so powerful. Just like I was explaining before in the previous slide, this is the time to really do it and really soak in and charge with the full moon. So you can charge yourself just like you charge the crystals. Reiki, obviously super powerful and potent during this time as well. And you can wish upon the moon. Just like you wish upon a star, you can wish upon Mother Moon, and really, get into your intentions and your desires with the energy of the moon. So here's some other things that may not be well known, or, just to describe, some other things that are important. Understanding the significance of living on the fringes, because the thing is that the full moon and the new moon are not the only phases that you can work with and do those amazing things with. There's actually, with the first quarter and third quarter moon, it's highly effective to do other spell work and other rituals during that time that is extremely beneficial. And so I think, in our society, like, we want to focus on the new moon and the full moon because it feels like it's so powerful and potent. But the thing is that magical times of transformation and change are always on the fringes. Life begins on the fringes. So the halftime moons, the half times of, magical times. So, when we're on the equinoxes, this is the most magical times. That's why, like, the spring equinox and the fall equinox are so powerful. And that's why, Halloween and Easter, are so magical times, because they're celebrating that change, that transformation. So always remember that life begins on the fringes, and that is like a symbol for being in tune with lifting the veil. It's right there. You're on the fringe. So magical times and spellcrafting, prayer is, spellcrafting. It's part of, being in alignment to manifesting your desires. This learning these magical times and working with the phases of the moon, and working with the phases of sorry, there's birds all over my deck and I don't know why they're coming here, but it's so cool. But, doing what feels good for you as far as your intention. So using these magical times, using the phases of the moon, and being able to craft something that is special to you, meaningful to you. So using physical symbols or objects, using words or channeling or psychometry, writing letters or light language, or using sigils, using gestures and incantations, and using those things for your advantage and using those things for your intention is going to make your magic, your moon magic, that much more powerful and that much more potent. So the law of intention and the law of attraction. I want to talk about this for a minute, because the law of intention is setting your intention on something. And when you have focused intention on something, where your attention goes, more, the energy flows, right? So put your attention on your intention. When you do that, your attention on your intention, with and through the use of these magical tools and through the moon phases, you are inviting this law of attraction into your life, because this is how it works. You put your intention, your attention on your intention, plus the action, which is the law of attraction, equals magic. And that is the manifestation part. That's what brings the things you want into your life, into your reality. So intention plus action equals magic. It's all in the doing. It's all in the believing and the doing. That's what it is. Intention's the believing, the action's the doing, and that is what brings it in. And so, yes, it's feminine manifesting magic, but it's also very masculine as well, because you have to take aligned action every single day to bring those things into your life. And the universe responds. The universe responds to it. All right, so that is the moon magic, quick and dirty moon magic. I hope this has been beneficial for you. I hope that you take what you've learned here forward. If you want If you want a personalized guide for the lunar cycle, I have my lunar cycle guide, which takes you through 29 and a half days of sacred practice for working with the moon. This lunar cycle guide is incredible. It is highly highly powerful, and there's so many different things inside there that you can do to really enhance your practice so that you can manifest the life you desire. So we're going to walk through building a sacred space. You have self-guided meet your moon guides. You have journal prompts to move through the phases to access your higher self. To do channeled writing. There's different crystals and rituals for each phase, and it walks you through step by step how to go through each and every phase. And so you're walking hand in hand with me, with the universe, to really manifest your desires. It's only $22.22, and you can get it today if that is in alignment to your action. Otherwise, you can take what you've learned here today and you can use it going forward. You have access to this replay, so you can go through it as many times as you want to and go through the different phases just as such. Then I also have another option. I have master manifestation through the natural rhythm. So this is moon magic and manifestation, which is a group course. And this group is going to be so magical because inside of this group, we're going to be doing guided meditations to access deeper healing. We're going to be doing group Reiki sessions for each of the phases to remove those blocks and those stale beliefs and access universal love. And, with the help of the universal love, that is what's going to help you manifest and unlock those chambers of your heart and live those heartful desires. We're going to do a guided meditation to meet your moon guide. So I will be leading this for you so that you can meet your moon guides. We're going to be doing group channeled writing together. We're going to be understanding our own moon flow and how that works with the cycles of the moon. And you're going to master manifestation, because literally every single phase takes you through a part of the manifesting process, because there's 7 or 8 different things that you need to do in order to manifest your desires. You have to be in alignment with all of those things. And so by using the lunar cycle, you're going to have access to this, and working with a group, you're going to be in the energy of everybody else manifesting and changing and transformation and learning about themselves and uncovering these deep truths about their own nature. And when it is released, it'll be $222 with the option of a payment plan. And you can sign up for the wait list for the group portion. If you don't want to wait, grab that lunar cycle guide today. But if you do want to wait for that group experience where we're going to do the meditation and the Reiki and the learning and the channeling and all of that amazing stuff, put your name on that wait list, because I will get it to you as soon as possible. The stars must align, and we have to be doing this through we don't have to, but I want to make sure that we are using the most potent and powerful moons for this guided experience. So let me go ahead and put my face back up here and stop the share. So I hope that this was meaningful for you. I hope this gave you some answers as to how to use the different phases of the moon and how to really lean into those innate powers and that beautiful essence and that feminine wisdom that we have inside of us, and just allow yourself to be playful and allow yourself to surrender to the powers of the moon and natural rhythm, and just allowing it to be what it's going to be. So I'm going to hop over here to see if there's any questions. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments if I can see comments. La 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 la. Okay. Well, it doesn't look like I can see comments. So if you have a comment and you want to, comment on this and you want to connect with me, if you have any questions at all, feel free to message me, to make a comment, and I will go back and I will answer everybody's questions and I will get to you. I was going to do a live oracle card reading. For those who were present, it doesn't look like anybody is live right now. So I'm just going to do a general card reading from Moonology, the oracle cards. So let me do a quick reading for those who will watch on replay. Okay, interesting. Okay. Well, those two flew out. So I'm gonna go through it. Okay, so we have okay, so I'm gonna move this off to the side so I can see myself. Okay, so we have your commitment is being tested. Your commitment is being tested. And have faith in your dreams. So if that isn't a sign, I don't know what is. Okay, so let's see if we got the full moons here, the new moons here. We're going to go to the first quarter moon. Okay. There could be some challenges coming your way, but they're just the universe's way of testing you. The first quarter moon calls for you to face any hurdles with confidence. What do you actually think is possible? If you believe you can do it, then you probably can. If you spend your life affirming that something is too big for you to surmount, it probably is. See how it works? Do you believe your dreams will come true, or have you secretly already given up? Showing some commitment now will help you move towards your desired outcome. What you believe to be true is true for you. So believe in yourself and believe in your dreams. So let's go to that. Don't give up, okay? Commit. Don't give up. The situation you're asking about is still taking shape. You're nowhere near the end of the story. Whatever is happening now is just a step along the way. As they say in the self-help classics, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. However, the waxing crescent moon card is a reminder that you must still keep working towards whatever it is that you want. If you can't take practical steps, spend time meditating on the question you're asking about and allow your higher self to download information to you about your best next step. Overall, this card suggests there is every reason to be hopeful for a very positive outcome to the situation you're asking about, so keep the faith. So attune to the moon by saying, I am focused on yeah, that's exactly what you want to say. Attune to the moon by saying, I am focused on what I want, and I am committed to my dreams and move towards them with confidence. I am focused on what I want, and I am committed to my dreams and move towards them with confidence. So here's some additional meanings for the both of them. So just because you can't see your dreams, it doesn't mean they're not manifesting. Don't look back, stay focused on moving forwards. Be patient as events unfold. Dig a little deeper to find more courage. The answer to your question is yes, but not yet. You're halfway to your goal. You still need to put in a bit more effort. Sometimes we just need to realize how much we want something. You need to recommit to someone or something. So that's the collective message for the things that came out today. Such a beautiful message, such a perfect message after doing the moon magic quick and dirty guide here. So I hope you resonate with this. I hope it makes sense. If you have any questions at all for me, please let me know. I am more than happy to have these conversations and to walk you through this and to answer your questions. So I hope this has been meaningful for you, and I cannot wait to see how you use the cycle and the phases going forward. I will drop a link for the lunar guide and also the wait list for the moon magic and manifestation group experience. Super, super excited for it. Seriously, so excited, because I just know so many people are going to have just amazing epiphanies. I ran a free 3-day event a couple years ago for working with the moon, and it's resurfaced in my life to bring this back again. And during that 3-day event, people manifested checks in the mail, clients, and just new ways of being. So it's incredibly powerful, and you have access to it as well. So I'll drop those links, so be sure to check them. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help. That's what I'm here for. I am your earth guide. Yes, what was I going to say? I am your earth side spirit guide. So